The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Go Cowboys! This is the Players Lounge, broadcasting live from Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star. Now, your hosts, Barry Church, Hek'ma Harrison, and Newy Scruggs.
Victory Monday coming at you from the Star. It is the SWC Podcast Studios. It is the Players Lounge, brought to you by Aristocrat Gaming. Former Cowboys safety Barry Church is
sir.
here. Hek'ma Harrison is here. I am Newy Scruggs, and the Cowboys pulled off a 34-26 victory in the nation's capital at FedEx Field. The Cowboys with an incredible fourth quarter. Brad Sham once said that the great Eric Nadel, who's a Hall of Famer for the Texas Rangers, said, you always want to come to the ballpark because you may never know when you see something you've never seen before. Gentlemen, had you ever seen a fourth quarter or a Cowboy game like that? Heck.
Well, no. No. I've never been a part of anything like that. I've never seen a game so back and forth like that. And I'm telling you, from the first quarter, we texting back and forth, like, this is bad.
It was sloppy.
It was sloppy, yeah, on both sides. And I think we came in, we had the Commanders up on a pedestal. You know, defensively, offensively, Jaden Daniels, rookie of the year before you can even give him the trophy. But either way, all the different things that you were seeing from them, you anticipated this game being a get-right game for the Commanders, and they will come out motivated to show their weapons, show their defense. We were kind of scared for Cooper Rush.
Yeah, I was.
The offensive line, who you got out there, who's going to protect them, and then all of a sudden the game changed. It got to the point where you needed to make plays, and guys like CeeDee Lamb, no matter how we felt about him, how we talked about him, CeeDee Lamb made some plays when it counted that they needed. And Cooper Rush may have threw him into a couple headaches, but he still came down with the ball. And man, I got a word for my man Ferg Kittle Kelsey. You better hurry up and get back.
Don't get Wally picked.
You better hurry up.
Get Wally picked.
You better hurry up and get back, because Schoonmaker had himself one hell of a game. But I had never seen anything like that, man. And that fourth quarter was probably as wild a fourth quarter as I've ever seen.
Nah. Well, go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, I was going to say and I'm sure you all had the same, the text on my phone from Turpin with the touchdown to McLaurin's touchdown to the mixed extra point to Wanye Thomas deciding, I don't care, I'm going to go score.
Hey, that man, he gonna call us. He gonna call himself, man. If there's any opportunity for 30 to get the rock, hey, give it to me.
Right. It's just so very clear. Like, this is not the best thing to do.
Nah,
like scoring is good for you.
Hey,
it's not really good for anyone else.
Call your shot.
Remember what we said last week? I'll do it again.
You better believe I'm gonna do it again.
I'll do it again. But it was just interesting to see, and I'm sure your phones are the same. If you go back and you look at the timestamps of when it all happened, it was wild. It was very wild.
No, it was a nut. It was a crazy game overall. Sloppy, gritty, whatever you want to call it. I mean, that was the type of a game that usually the Cowboys will find a way, at least this season, will find a way to lose. Somehow, some way, they will find a way to lose that game. But they didn't in this situation. The fourth quarter was bananas. I think going into halftime, what was it, like 9-3 or 3-3 or something crazy like that? Yeah. And to have a point explosion like that, it's nuts. It's nuts. But to me, I want to give some flowers and some praise to my guy Zimmer over there. All right, because, as much as I beat up on him on this show and the defense, why would you do this? Why would you do that? I got to call it like I see it. The man had a phenomenal game plan for that offense that on Friday, me, you, and Jesse talked about it. I was like, man, how they going to handle Eckler? How they going to handle Scary Terry McLaurin? Robinson. You got Daniels being able to scramble all over the place. They're going to go crazy on the Cowboys. And what he did was he switched up that defense. He crowded the line of scrimmage pretty much each and every down, not just like bringing a guy into the box. He made it look like they were blitzing all out each and every down. And what they would do was they would force Eckler to come up there and take a block so he couldn't just leak out in the backfield and get those late catches and get those yards. Then they would play man-to-man. And shout out to Bland being back out there, what he brings to the table. But a guy that stepped up and had a wonderful game was Butler. I mean, the undrafted kid, number 31, he went out there and did his thing, man. You talking about 10 tackles, 3 pass breakups, thrown into the lineup because, Diggs wasn't able to travel. So he was like, man, throw me in there. I'm going to step up. Yeah. He had his opportunities at McLaurin, did his job out there. Like I said earlier, 3 pass breakups. And a lot of guys just stepping up and playing well. I mean, it was gritty. Offensive line was able to keep, Cooper Rush pretty much protected throughout the game, which was a surprise to me.
That's what we got to talk about.
It was a surprise to me. But they were able to do that. Cooper Rush didn't turn the football over, and finally,
say it.
Our guy, Big Mike, man. Look, I call shot. I call like I see it. Earlier in the season, I'm like, play calling's been terrible. Yeah. But this game, man, he did his thing. He came with a balanced attack.
He had it.
Balanced attack. And look how much better this offense looked throughout this game. They had a fighting chance throughout the entire game. Of course, Turpin showed up and did his thing, but had to get some flowers to a couple people because I talk had a lot of noise when they don't go the right way. So
no, I want to make sure that I give flowers to Josh Butler from West Mesquite High School. Mm-hmm. Man, his story is so inspiring. If you don't know about Josh Butler, it goes beyond football, what this young man has had to overcome. He lost 2 of his parents while he was in college. I mean, and that's one of those things that obviously as a young man, he could have tanked it. He could have tanked his whole career. He has so much character as a young man, and during those COVID years and the way that he took care of his business. If you follow him on social media, it's all about his 2 pit bulls. He has 2 pit bulls that are like his kids, basically. Mm-hmm. But he's an inspiration. He's a guy that never quit on himself, never quit on his career, and making the Cowboys roster and being called up from the practice squad and being able to do this. This is a testament to guys maximizing opportunities when it finally 100%. Meets it. And that's that thing about, being prepared for opportunity. And that's a guy that when his number was called, he came in and he did that. I know a lot of people was making fun of him on that run last week where he missed the tackle and it was like, too small. Yep. He didn't unwavered, never blinked, and came right back, man, and had one hell of a game when you needed it. But we got to say something about Deron Bland at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Look, go ahead. Go ahead. This is the day to just keep it flowing.
Here's the thing. This is a guy, even with a foot injury, his reputation is still intact.
You can see that.
Hey, I'm telling you what Jaden Daniels wasn't doing. If Deron Bland was over here, he was like, hey.
this happened to feel. Ain't going over there.
I'm not going, because you're not about to go to the store on me.
So stay with that point right there. Jaden Daniels is a rookie. Mm-hmm. He doesn't know what he doesn't know. It's not like Jaden Daniels was able to look at any film this year, Deron Bland. That means Dan Quinn and Joe Witt and Cliff Kingsbury. Yeah, don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't. We got advice for you, youngin. Don't do that. Give credit to Bland for taking the time he needed to make sure he was right to get back. I mean, Barry, you understand that as a former player.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes guys will push it a little bit just trying to get back, but we thought Bland was going to come back for the Detroit game because that's what Stephen Jones had said, one of the Jones had said on the radio over there, but he came back at the right time and he performed at the level that made you say, yeah, that guy.
Yeah, and that's what it all comes down to, making sure you understand your body and making sure you go out there at the right time. Because a lot of cats will go out there not ready and go out there and put out bad tape. And then when you come back around for that contract or whatever the case may be, off-season talk about how you played during the season, there's no, I fought through injury and I did everything for this team. I came back. There's none of that. No. There's just, okay, well, here's your numbers and here's your stats. You can go over there and say, man, I was dealing with a pulled hamstring. I was dealing with a foot injury. MCL. And I fought through it for you guys. I fought through it. Man, they ain't gonna hear none of that. They gonna be like, look, here's the production.
All like that for the city.
These are the stats right here. Your production's right here. It's not where you need to be. So kudos to him for making sure he was right before getting back out there.
He was good. He was good, Heck. I mean, it was just bottom line. You just looked at that game and you just said, man, this guy's a player. And the other portion of it to me is, you got to pay. You have to pay Micah Parsons. Mm-hmm. You got to pay Deron Bland.
Ooh, that's a lot of ducats on them corners, man.
It is. Okay. You got to figure it out.
A lot of ducats.
You got to figure that out.
But I'll say this, and you tell me if you disagree. I'll pay for corners in this league.
That's facts, yeah.
I'll pay for corners in this league, knowing that what you got in Philadelphia, between their receivers and their quarterback, and now that running back, because with the running back, you got to go ahead and stop the run first. So that means you're going to leave some guys on some islands. If you can get a healthy Diggs and a healthy Bland together, I'll pay those two guys. I've got to believe at some point the Giants may figure something out because they do have one receiver there who can be a problem. We know what Washington's got here. I'll pay for Bland and Diggs back there. I'll have to figure out I'll need Mozzie to do something more. Hey, look.
It's a lot of ducats, man. That look was wild. That look was wild. Boys, I think talk about
okay. I thought we was keeping it light. No, I agree.
Cutting the corner of his eyes and be like,
what?
I'm just saying at some point in time, but literally from the standpoint of this is where you're going to have to hit on those draft picks.
Right.
In order for you to pay those guys means you need other players to start to develop.
You feeling that?
And I'm not, hey, look, at some point in time, Mozzie has to be a part of a rotation. A rotation of something and some other folks. I mean, you got 4 years on him. You could decline the 5th year if you want to. But so you have two. You got years 3 and 4 coming up. Okay, you got years 3, and you're correct at this point in time. But I would pay those two guys. You saw what happened yesterday with Bland, right?
Yeah, he did his thing, man. He did his thing. But
so if I'm paying people,
we ain't talking about like one guy's getting 3rd highest in the corner and another guy's maybe getting 15th. Bland gonna want them ducats, man.
Yeah.
He deserves it.
Deservedly so. But also, I think defensively, guys like Chauncey Golston, who are those rotational pieces that you're talking about, they're not starters by any. They're a guy that's going to be a piece that fills in and maybe another. I don't want to just call him just another guy.
Rotational.
But you need him as a rotational piece. You need him as a guy that could come in and spell some of your, a Tank when Tank is playing. Sam Williams when Sam Williams is playing. He fits in nicely. Even guys like Joseph. I mean, come on. You needed the plays to be made. Watkins, Carlos Watkins up front. Guys are making plays when they need to up front. And they did that. This was a running game that you thought, obviously, I believe that Cliff Kingsbury had enough sense to come into this game and say, look, I'm not going to abandon the run by any means. I'm going to continue to try and drive because I know what they can't stop. And he came out with a game plan in the run. Look, guys, you know I call high school football. I call college football. And I see the read option Friday and Saturday. But when I see it in the pros, I'm like, man, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I don't know what Jaden Daniels, whatever he's going to become in this league, but if you're trying to use him like you see these guys, and I mean, 9 times out of 10, a 5 technique in the NFL is going to blow your quarterback up. And you're going to have better design runs for him than the read option. And I understand that somehow the college game has infused itself into the pro game, but I don't like seeing that. And I don't like seeing it, especially when I'm looking at Micah and I'm saying Micah's going to figure this out. Micah has to figure it out because teams are optioning off of him. And you saw that yesterday. If you have to make a decision on either on that running back to come down the line of scrimmage or you have to go out on this quarterback. And you saw on that one touchdown that Jaden Daniels had where Wanya Thomas didn't get to the outside and hold contain. Like those are just the little things that if you have a cornerback that's smart enough to hold that contain, your quarterback's not going anywhere and you're putting him at risk when you continue to run the ball like that.
And when you look at the ground game for the Commanders, they had 145 yards rushing, but a lot of that was towards the 4th quarter, 3rd quarter, and that was Daniels. Everything else was covered up. Let me break contain. They did a phenomenal job on this Commanders rushing attack. And then you look at
Saquon last night.
It wasn't. You're right about that. Even Scary Terry, McLaurin out there, he had over 100, but 86 came on that
one play.
Absolutely.
How does that happen?
How the heck does that happen?
That almost brought you back to reality. You was like,
wait a second. Boys was watching.
Let's take a break.
All gas.
Let's take a break because
they got me on tape.
This is the second time in the last 2 games that the Cowboys have won. Because by the way, It was 49 days between wins.
Ooh.
And
Yes, Lord.
disaster avoided in Pittsburgh and disaster avoided in Washington. Let's dive into that next. He's Hek'ma Harrison. That's Barry Church. I'm Newy Scruggs. This is the Players Lounge, brought to you by Aristocrat Gaming on DallasCowboys.com.
Hey, man.
Hey there, Cowboys Nation. Kyle Yeomans here, sharing that same team that brought you Buffalo, bringing NFL casino games that show America's team on and off the reels. Aristocrat is changing the game with a new experience. Football fans, this means you can pick your team and play your team. Check out the Cowboys-themed casino games developed by Aristocrat, a proud sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys. Gambling problem? Please contact the U.S. National Problem Gambling Helpline at 1-800-GAMBLER. That's 1-800-GAMBLER for 21 and over.
Hey Cowboy fans, I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. But lately, I've been learning a new game, crypto. Sound confusing? Don't worry, even us pros were rookies in crypto once. That's why I trust blockchain.com. They make crypto easy. No confusing jargon, just the tools to help you win.
Prescott keeps it, slides with a first down.
Invest like your icons, where everyone is a rookie in crypto with blockchain.com.
Perfect throw, my goodness. Wow, did he ever thread the needle.
Visit blockchain.com/cowboys to get started.
It's the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys, Jack Black. And right now, Cowboys fans can get 15% off their $75 order. Plus, because every deal needs a playmaker, your order will include a free 5-piece skincare set and free shipping. The Jack Black Playmaker is 4 of Jack's favorites and a full-sized intense therapy lip balm. Make a play for the playmaker at getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP. That's getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP.
Are you the 2024 Dallas Cowboys Fan of the Year? The Dallas Cowboys and Captain Morgan are celebrating extraordinary, inspiring, and original fans. Nominate yourself or the biggest Cowboys fan you know for a chance to be named the 2024 Fan of the Year and win prizes, including a trip to Super Bowl 59. Visit DallasCowboys.com/Fan of the Year. Go Cowboys! Back to the Players Lounge.
Cowboy Nation, it's time to get the giving season going. Tune in to see country music star Lainey Wilson and special guests perform during the Salvation Army's annual Red Kettle Kickoff halftime show this Thanksgiving on Fox. Every donation stays in the community to provide help and hope for those in need. So tune in to watch the Cowboys, Giants, and Lainey Wilson this Thanksgiving and give today at salvationarmyusa.org.
That is Hek'ma Harrison. Thank you for the read. This is Players Lounge, brought to you by Aristocrat Gaming. Barry Church is your former Dallas Cowboys
Yes,
safety.
sir.
I am Newy Scruggs, recapping his 34-26 wins. Been 49 days since the Cowboys' last couple wins, but hey, who cares? You got it done. It was nice to talk about a win for a change here. The Cowboys did not make it easy. So with 2:49 to go in the game, Kevontae Turpin, after Zach Ertz makes a touchdown catch and they get the 2-point conversion to make it 20-17. Turp with a 99-yard kickoff return. Now 10-point game. You're like, it's good. It's good. But with one, and then with 1:40 to go, Washington kicks the field goal. So now it's 27-20. Washington gets the ball again. It's 21 seconds left in the game. 21 seconds left in the game. Jay Daniels hits Terry McLaurin and
Walk the dog.
That Swiss cheese defense.
What happened was, so Barry Church, can you explain how one man is just cutting past everybody for an 86-yard touchdown?
And you know, not McCarthy. It was my old coach, Rob Marinelli. Man, he would have. I mean, he might have stormed on the field, throwing stuff if he would have saw that. Because what the difference was and how McLaurin was able to get all the way through up the sidelines for the touchdown, it's a bunch of loafs. It was guys thinking, oh, that guy's going to make the play. Oh, he's going to walk out of bounds. Oh, man, they got the angle. I'm all right. Oh, snap. Then you see him starting to gas it up. Oh, he's up by that time. It's too late. He's gone. If you see it, when he caught the ball, I wish we had like a picture or video or something of everybody. There's mad guys just jogging like, somebody will get him out or somebody will push him out of bounds, make the play. And then when he started turning on the gas up the sidelines, it's a little bit too late. And that's what it is. That's an effort play right there. Yeah, he's going to get the catch. All right, you can concede the catch, push him out of bounds, live to fight another day. But when you think that next guy over there is going to make the play, or that guy has the angle, so I'm all right, I don't need to chase him down from the back, I'm going to save my strength for the next rep. That's when defenses get exposed. And you saw right then and there, it was just a bunch of loafs, bad angles. Forget the guy who was at the top. He was battling with the block. He should have went over top and forced McLaren to cut back in. Nobody was there. There was no contain on the second level for this defense, and you saw exactly what a playmaker is able to do. When he has gas like McLaurin, I mean, he's up the sideline. He's gone. That's why it's coach talk. And I've been accused of this, and I've done it myself. I've loafed on plenty of plays out there. But that's why they say you got to give you 100% effort no matter what time it is on the football field, because anything can happen. And that's exactly what happened. It was just a bunch of loafs. It all compounded into one, and McLaurin was up the sidelines for the touchdown.
Yeah, eye in the sky don't lie. Nope. And it is going to be an indictment on a lot of guys in that effort that they put in right there, especially at the end of the game, and especially what's at stake. All you got to do is get a stop. And it's called situational awareness. Yeah. Some another. So
get him down.
Get him down. If anything, he's not going to walk this thing because there's 8 of us back here. And there's no way that we're going to allow a play of 86 yards. But that's the kind of season that the Cowboys have been having. If you get it, I'll just let you handle
you
it.
Got it this
you
time.
got it this time. Or I'll take. And it's guys not taking the accountability, and that's the one thing that has just been maddening this entire season. It got to the point where you can almost set your clock by. It's about time for us to get another penalty. When the flag goes down, it's like, it was time for another one. The holding penalty. We already know who it's on. Lining up outside, we already know that we got it. I mean, even though it was probably one of those games, I didn't even look at this. I don't think that the Cowboys were like historically penalized in this game. No. But when the penalties came down, you knew who the usual suspect was going to be when it came down to those penalties, and that's what's maddening. That's the thing that's upsetting. But look, you pulled it out. It was a gutsy performance. They didn't allow the bad plays to overcome the plays that they needed to make. Yeah. I said it on Thursday when we were sitting here. I was like, look, if the Cowboys win this game, it's going to be a team win. This was a team win because it took all 3 phases to pull this victory out. Cooper Rush absolutely needs a pat on the back. Hand that man a beer. Because he, in spite of all of the doubt that's around the quarterback position at times, especially on this losing streak, you needed him to have this kind of performance. He made throws when he needed to, right? I don't know what the whole I know whatever the package is for him.
Oh, they need to stop that. Like this man, my guy's rolling, right? Rush is he's hitting Turpin's right here. CeeDee Lamb. Like they're going on long drives.
You get to the goal line. You get to the goal line.
Switch him out. Lance does nothing. Let's bring Cooper Rush back in. Now the rhythm's off.
I don't know who that's on. I don't know who, and I won't say. I'm just saying there's certain things that happen that you go, come on now. I know Mike didn't. There's no way that Mike looked at that whole entire drive and said, you know what? This is a perfect time. This is it. This is when I got to do it. And then it's just one play and you bring him out. Like,
that's just what? It made no sense to me.
That's why I was like, what is Mike thinking? That makes absolutely no sense.
So the Trey Lance packages, which Jerry talked about on his radio show, and Brian Schottenheimer spoke about it as well. They unveiled the Trey Lance package inside the red zone and didn't work. And so that's when you're going to get criticized, when things don't work.
Yeah.
They tried. If it works, good. It didn't work. So, I mean, I'm kind of torn because I know I talked about, all right, man, figure out what this guy can do. And they did it. And maybe what we're finding out is, you made this, let's put that away. Put that away.
Who you fooling?
Not fooling.
Who you going in there, he going to run. At least let him throw something.
As a former safety.
Yes.
You're sitting there. You've been playing this entire game. Mm-hmm. You see the Cowboys get into the red zone. You see Guyton go from his left tackle position all the way to overload. They're overloading the right side.
That's a wrap.
What are they?
Even if I'm playing in the middle of the field, like I'm supposed to be the last line of the man, I'm up at linebacker level because I know what's about to happen. You ain't throwing the football. You ain't give me a balanced set. Everything is overloaded. I know exactly what's about to happen.
So,
like, I'm up there.
And the tough part about that, and we saw a lot of them yesterday with 1-yard runs. The offensive line couldn't move them.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
and so there's some issues there about the kind of team you have. So I don't want to beat up the thought process, because I get the thought process. The execution's just not there. Part of it is your O-line's just not that good. And we've talked about it before.
Yeah.
You've tried it. I mean, you'd like to think, hey, man, let's go over here, load that thing up and go get us a yard.
I get it.
You'd like to think you could do that. You can't.
but let's give some credit where credit is due to this offensive line, though. You had to at the last minute, you realized Tyler Smith's not playing. You knew Zach Martin wasn't going to be able to play. But guys like T.J. Bass and Brock Hoffman, they stepped up.
Hoffman,
67.
He was a bully.
Absolutely.
He was a bully out there, man.
And he was everything that you needed. Even for the 89 yards that Rico Dowdle had, it was enough to create a balance to your offense. And it was everything that you needed to at least stonewall or freeze those linebackers from just saying, oh, we're just going to come out. Because nobody's loading the box against the Cowboys. Let's just be clear, right? And so since they're not loading the box, play action has to be significant. And when that play action was happening, they were leaving things behind them wide open. Or when they were running, you had guys like T.J. Bass and Brock Hoffman getting to the second level. That made the job, I think, for BB look better. I mean, no, he has some bad snaps in this game. He has to correct that. But he didn't look as bad as he looked in previous games. And you got to give credit where credit is due in that situation.
It's no doubt the guards, not having 2 Pro Bowl guards there, they filled in admirably. They did their job. But when we talk about some of the second and ones and third and ones, as a group, as an offensive line group, they didn't get them done. And that's something that it's going to be hard for you to try and end up with a winning record when you can't do things like that. That's something that definitely has to be emphasized. But they kept at it, and the Cowboys were able to run the ball enough to have an impact in the game. And those 2 guards definitely get a lot of credit. Give Awesome Richards credit, because there were times when they had to pull Guyton out of the game, and Richards came in there and did well until he got hurt, and then they had to put Guyton back out there in the game, and you're shaking your head a little bit. I had somebody on social media try to defend Guyton to me and just, well, I think he's playing well, So if he's playing so well, why they pull him out twice? I said,
They had to.
I'm not calling, and somebody said, can you call him a bust? I said, no, you can't call him a bust. He's early in his career, but he's had some games where he has been a drive killer. And we saw it yesterday again. And I'm sorry, lining up twice? You get flagged for not lining up twice? Some point in time, you're not getting it. You're not getting it, because they're going to warn, they're going to tell you. And then, of course, you check with them. Am I good?
Yeah.
I mean, I good.
Thumbs up.
He's got some work to do. Not going to call him a bust. Brad Sham had mentioned on it in the radio broadcast, and I was like, okay, hey, we're not crazy on the Players Lounge when we talked about, hey, maybe he ends up going back to right guard. Maybe putting him at left is too much.
Right tackle?
I mean, right tackle. I'm sorry. Right tackle. Yes, I'm sorry. Right tackle. Put him at right tackle where he was in college. So there's going to be some interesting conversations after the season about where you go with him and reassessing what his rookie year was and what you thought he was going to be. Right. And not to, hey, let's throw the guy. No, you're not going to throw the guy away. You drafted him. He's a first-round pick. He's going to learn, probably have a different O-line coach who, let's see exactly what kind of system you're running next year as well. But yesterday was rough. And that was one of the players that, as you're watching the game and other people, I'm sure on your texting, like, what the heck's he getting? What's he doing? And then when Richards went out, you couldn't pull him out. I mean, you couldn't put, you had to put it back in, but
It was all you had.
but I'll tell you this:
you were down to the boats.
That's crazy. First round pick.
Awesome Richards is a guy next year. I'll be very interested to see exactly what are they going to allow him to do and where they line him up, because
he's a player. Man.
He's worthy of going to a camp next year and trying to win a job.
I mean, think about the temperament of an Awesome Richards who's sitting there. He's sitting in film room watching this go down. And he understands that this guy's playing ahead of him only because of where he was picked in the draft. And so that's got to be a source of frustration for him. For me, for Tyler Guyton, it just comes down to strength. This guy's got to get in the gym He has got to get in. If you just look at him on the sideline, I'm saying to myself, like, okay, Monday through Friday, you know, what is my man doing? And I'm not blaming strength and conditioning. I know they got him in there and he's working out. And I don't know, like Warsick, the guy that used to be in the past, like those guys were diesel, you know. Sometimes it's looking the part, being the part, and all of that. I'm like, man, my man.
Well, to your Hek'ma, to your point, this is where you go back and you talk about an off season. The coaches say it all the time. The greatest growth from a player is from year 1 to 2.
Yes.
And who talks with Guyton about getting better? We've seen players who have gotten better. So that's the thing, and a lot of it's going to be upon him. He's going to have to want to do this work internally to become a better player. But the bus factor that people are talking about, I don't feel that way about him that I think some other people do. I think some people are trying to call him like another Mozzie Smith, and I was like, I would not put that on him. I would not compare those players in that fashion. Yeah. So let's see what happens there. We're gonna take a break right there. We'll stop Hek'ma. We'll stop Hek'ma right there. I'm stopping Hek'ma right there.
Nah, he ain't on the Mozzie
train. That thing part.
Players Lounge brought to you by Aristocrat Gaming on DallasCowboys.com.
Already, man. That's crazy.
Hey, Danny McCray here for Smoothie King. You know every great workout deserves a great reward. So treat yourself right with new coconut smoothie bowls. Made with real fruit, crunchy, purely Elizabeth granola, creamy coconut, and topped with the chocolate hazelnut or honey drizzle. With 2 new flavors, it's perfect for you and the workout buddy. So you both can stay on track even after you leave the track. Scoop up new coconut smoothie bowls only at Smoothie King, the official smoothie of the Dallas Cowboys.
Hey y'all, Matt Pittman of Meat Church here. With football season kicking off, I'm already gearing up to bring the smoker back to AT&T Stadium for some epic tailgates. But with that Texas heat, it's crucial to keep my beer hand cramping cold. That's where Yeti's insulated Colster can cooler comes in clutch. This year, you can even get them with the iconic star engraved on the side. Licensed Yeti Cowboys gear is now available at Stadium Pro Shops, concessions, and on Yeti.com. Check it out today. Yeti, official cooler and drinkware of the Dallas Cowboys.
To kick off the 2024 NFL season, Boss teamed up with the Cowboys and Micah Parsons to launch an iconic apparel collection. The Boss Cowboys collection unites football and fashion while reflecting what it truly means to be a boss. Arriving just in time for the start of the season, the distinctive attire from the latest Boss Cowboys expansion offers sports aficionados and true bosses the chance to show their team spirit and style. Get yours today at nflshop.com/HugoBoss, HugoBoss.com, and Boss retail stores. # be your own boss.
Raising Cane's presents the other rules of football. Rule 1, any broadcast without the express edition of cook-to-order Cane's chicken fingers is prohibited. Rule 12, no crinkle-cut fries, Texas toast, or craveable Cane's sauce constitutes an illegal formation. And Rule 31, anybody who loves to feed their game face is an eligible receiver of Cane's. When it comes to winning game day, Cane's rules. Raising Cane's chicken fingers. One love. Go Cowboys.
Back to the Players Lounge.
Cowboy Nation, Amanda Foster has been named your 2024 Dallas Cowboy Fan of the Year, presented by Captain Morgan, for her dedication to the team and spicing up the game. Vote for Amanda to be named the ultimate NFL Fan of the Year at NFL.com/Fan of the Year.
Yeah. Tell your boy to tip good too.
Yeah, man. You want the standard or what's just the express?
They know your name. The neighbors know my name.
He got 30% on his show.
The drivers know my name.
No need to put the gate key in. He already, hey, you good, man. Come on in.
Back again.
Oh, man. Oh, God.
Players Lounge.
Hate to see it.
Players Lounge.
Brought to you by Aristocrat Gaming. The things we can't tell you we talk about. But hey, it is what it is. Cowboys with that 34-26 win. Luke Schoonmaker.
Yes, sir.
Caught a touchdown pass.
You know his name a little bit.
And the last 2 weeks, Luke Schoonmaker has looked like a player.
Yes, he has.
He's taken advantage of his opportunities with Jake Ferguson being out. And Brian Schottenheimer, to his credit, when I asked him a couple weeks ago, said, man, Schooney's he's got to get his confidence. He's got to get his confidence going. So the opportunity to play, and they had no other option, and you had to do this. I want to make sure I give the man his credit, because we're sitting around here saying, hey, man, you're a draft pick, you're not doing your job. And if he can continue to do that, what you saw against Washington, and you can get Jake Ferguson back, now you're giving yourself even more options.
How many years Jake got left?
2.
I got 2 left. Okay.
Yeah, and Span Forward.
Span Forward doing his thing too.
Give credit to Span Forward, because he's playing some ball.
Yeah.
I mean, those possession receptions, they mean a lot. But Luke Schoonmaker, to me, he has been the biggest surprise, guys. He has, I guess, owned up to the disappointment of being benched, because that's the only thing that happened. He got benched, and he wasn't a part of the rotation. But that touchdown, the way it was kind of overthrown, he still extended himself out, made that catch. That's the kind of production that we've been waiting for from this tight end room. And when you finally see it show up in a big way in a game like this that you had to have, man, kudos to my man Luke.
Yeah, he's doing his thing, man.
Yes, that was that there. The special teams unit started bad, ended good, but yeah, it was something to see.
My man calling his number,
and then of course he
gonna call
Wanye Thomas.
He gonna call him. I see, hey, I'm taking this to the crib. Call my number. I'm in the game, coach.
So explain the situation to folks, okay? So Washington scores the Terry McLaurin touchdown. Austin Siebert lines up to tie the game with the extra point. It is a bad snap. So the snap is bad. The holder catches a bad ball. He's trying to catch it and set it up. He does. It's not a smooth operation. So the kicker has to kind of hesitate. And when he does kick it, it goes wide left. Kicker gets the blame, but this happened with a bad snap to the holder. So now Washington kicks off, and it's an onside kick, and Wanye Thomas catches it.
And he on the front line, too. Usually them guys that's blocking. You usually let the ball go past you and block.
Yeah.
Baby,
He decides,
my dog.
I'm Terrence Steele, but this time I'm gonna.
I'm taking it.
I'm Tyler Guy, and I'm gonna run. Except I won't get stripped. So he goes and scores a touchdown, and which means that there's gonna come another kickoff.
Yep.
And something
More
bad
time.
can happen.
Yeah.
More time. Yes. Time was. You wanted to run out the clock, not do the score. Anyway, but yes, Wanye celebrated, and Mike McCarthy just kind of had. There's some folks on the sidelines had to look like.
You see his face?
Yeah.
They zoomed in on McCarthy. He was like, this.
Yeah. We can't. If we could just tap into what he was saying in his head, it was a lot of 4-letter words. I can't believe you just did. It would. I'm telling you, he did not like that.
Wanye having a party again.
We start doing his dance. I'm like, oh yeah, he turned. Man.
Yeah, he turned. Wrong time to be turned, my brother.
It is.
Yes. So that was one of those, like,
You know, when people always talk about those times where I don't remember who first started doing this, but players falling down at the one, and I would have scored. I would have scored. I would have did. But then, looking back on it, that's one less touchdown for that guy. That's one less whatever it would have been, for that guy. But that's just, it's, again, situational awareness, understanding where you are in the game. You can run the clock out. We can walk up out of here. They don't have any timeouts. Right. They can't stop it. I catch this ball, I down it. I don't put us in any harm's way. It's team over me. And that's one of those things, like, when you see it happen, it's selfish. Yeah. And then there's another part of you that's like, man, how many times is Wanye Thomas going to get a chance to score? And then you start trying to rationalize it with all of the other BS. But the truth is, that's a selfish act.
It was.
Dog,
100%.
Let's get out of here with this dub. Let's get out of here with this dub. Hands team is on. That was a poor onside kick. Pops right up, checks right up to you. Fall on it. He's not Wanye.
He's a young cat. He's a young dude, man.
I wonder if it was a guy, Brendan Clinton, who does the video. Like,
oh, yeah.
Look at Peters. Onside kick. All you got to do is catch the ball. No, it's in my hands. It's a big watermelon. I see the end zone. I'm going to score. I'm going to do my dance. And look at the coach. Mad.
Upset.
He was sick.
He was sick.
He was hot.
Because he just seen his defense give up an 86-yard touchdown.
But the last thing you want to, I don't want them to go back.
They just seen an 86-yard touchdown. And then Zim is the one that was really ticked off. Like, what are you doing?
Gotta call another play.
Gotta go out here.
Let me get out of here with this stuff, man.
We're trying to go home. All we got to, man, fall down. Cooper, deal. I mean, just boom, we're done. But no, we got a hero. We got somebody got to put a cape on.
Yeah, he did that.
Look at me.
We was all in the video yesterday, too.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, man. They go, yeah, we did that out there. Team victory. Got to stay neutral. I was like, man, my God.
You know what?
We're going to get them 15 minutes.
But just scared me, though, even on that one with a block. It was the block punt. We were backed up, and I'm saying to myself, they better not call a fake. You better not. You better not call.
I think that may have been said during the week.
Yeah,
you think so? What you see.
And the Wanye, I don't care what you see.
Well, what you see.
No matter what you see. No.
Hey, but you know what? At least he's consistent. At least he's consistent. Right. He does not switch up for nobody.
He gonna be him.
I'll do it again.
I'll do it again.
He said that on Twitter.
Yes, he did.
I'll do it again. We know.
But Micah, hey, can we say anything about the bazooka? I mean, what did you think about his performance?
Back talking to the media.
He was happy. He was happy.
That man wasn't about to pay that $25,000 fine.
Yeah, that wouldn't be it.
I wouldn't. I mean, if I was his mama, I'd be telling him, boy, you better not get a $25,000 fine.
Well, he had 2 sacks for yesterday.
Two sacks, and he said he's not playing to tank. He's here to win. And somebody put on Twitter to me about how he believes. Micah got him believing again, and Cowboys can win out. And that's what I said.
Wait a second. Hold on, man. Somebody was like, what? Yeah. They're going to win out.
He said Micah's his leader, and that we need to fight. Hold on, man. Let me go pull this bad boy. Let me pull it up.
I mean,
how do you feel? Are you one of those guys? Are you one of those guys about organic tanking? And that whole.
Okay. Here it is. I've changed my mind. I've changed my mind. And I'll preface this by saying I do not believe the Cowboys can make the playoffs, but I do believe the best thing for this team is for Micah to inspire a run. This is his moment to be the true leader of this team. And my response was, I see you took a hit at Hopium after the win. Your mind has changed. Then he responded. It's been a long season, Newy. I needed it yesterday.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord.
Oh, this was personal, man.
Personal. I'm with you, dog.
He was tired of getting it. It was personal, man.
He typed that with his soul.
Then he goes on, he says, but I think it's Micah being at the front of all that makes it worth it to me.
Yeah.
Cowboy fans and media have been arguing for a while if Micah's a leader. Well, here's his chance. Everyone's hurt. But I believe in the Lion.
I believe.
The Lion.
Yeah, man. So that came from hashtag life of a Cowboys fan.
My man.
So
I needed this.
He needed that. At least he didn't hit you back with the thug thumbs. Now, they hit the thug thumbs in a second now.
His Twitter handle is Cowboys for Life 884. So yeah, man, he needed that hit. He got it. It was he's back in.
He's ready.
He's
ready.
Right.
Next 4 games, guys.
10-7.
Y'all looking at them games now. Y'all looking at them games now.
Stop! Don't do it, hey.
Don't do it. Don't look over here at me like that. I just said, you know who you play on Thursday, right?
Yeah.
You play the Giants.
Tommy Cutlets.
Yeah, okay. Come on now. DeVito.
Here we go, man. This is where it starts.
No, don't do
that. The rumors start,
I've been off of it.
You talk about Tommy Cutlets in New York, then you going to be like, you know what?
I'm just
Cincinnati
asking.
ain't pulled nothing out in a while.
You and Mozzie.
Here we go.
You and Mozzie believe in
Here we
Gutsy.
go, man. Here we go. This is where it starts, Newy. This is where it starts, man. Here we go. When the last time Burrow won something, that's what they gonna start saying. After they go, the next thing you know.
Next thing you know,
there's a sliver Oh, man. See, here it comes.
Slip.
Somebody got that Pacquiao in there. Somebody smuggled it in. Huh?
He just be calling me. He just be calling me.
Somebody smuggled the hope.
Every time I try and get out.
Man, oh, man.
They pull me back.
Cut me, man. Cut me.
Here we go. Here we go,
Don't do
man.
it. Don't do it, man. Come on. We needed this. You hear what that man said? We needed this.
He said that with his chest.
I needed this.
I needed this.
I needed this.
Yes. You know how miserable Sundays are? It's been horrible. Horrible.
I mean, dude, it was a bit much, man. It was a bit much. It's been a long season, Newy. I needed it yesterday.
Yes.
I already know it.
I was so tired after that game. That game wore me out, boy.
What was going through your? What were you thinking when McLaurin was up the sideline?
I can't believe this. I can't believe this. I can't believe this. How did they just suck me back in that fast?
Hey.
And then it's just like,
Dude, I was getting prepared for the video.
What is going on?
Look at Peters.
This is getting out of pocket.
I let him run by me. I peed down my leg, and there he goes for an 86-yard touchdown.
Hey, heck, that was out of pocket.
We're trying to get the coach fired. For Hek'ma Harrison, Barry Church, Chris Beam, Jazz, everybody else, I'm Newy Scruggs. This is the Players Lounge. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!